want to assure you of the warmest and most cordial welcome.
It will be an adventure that will open new sights in familiar surroundings.
If you touch it, fall to pieces.
And when they do, you seem to have some in your pocket there.
Now, light objects attract light, and dark objects repel them.
Oh, yeah.
You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people.
Well, that'd be the same effect here, even. Breaking, coming up, turning over. If you keep going all your life, you live a long time.
Also features a breathtaking view of the city and river.
Arriving at your very difficult decision.
It was a rather risky thing to do, but we felt, though, that we were taking no unreasonable chances. After all, you take a reasonable chance when you're crossing a city street with the light, not against it. That's dangerous.
Yes, Detroit is enjoying its finest hour.
As a result of your deliberations in Baden-Baden.
And most of our children are strong and grow up to live long, despite distance and season.
Fight to do the kind of work you want to do. You're probably looking here going, I don't have time. I've got a 9-to-5 job and I've got to pay my bills. And so the question is, what can you give up? How much do you want to do a different kind of work? Because it's going to take sacrifice.
Just about everything in the world has been done before, which is scary. It makes it difficult and discouraging to start a company, to start a t-shirt brand, to start designing. You know, why am I going to do this if there's a million other people already doing it? But you need to take a step back, or you should take a step back and figure out what you can do differently. That should be your number one priority before you start any company, before you take your brand, your idea to the next level. What am I going to do that's so different that people are going to talk about it?
Take risk. Step on that thin ice, step out on that branch and see if they'll support you. Most likely it's going to if it's something you love and you're passionate about.
Luck has nothing to do with it. It's being persistent, taking chances, believing in yourself, and managing your time and money the right way, thinking outside of the box. Stop making excuses, start making stuff.
No Starbucks or Nike or whoever is going to come knock on your door. You've got to make some momentum. People are attracted to that momentum. They're attracted to that forward movement. They're attracted to people that are making stuff happen. And that's not going to happen until you just start moving. So I think you just really have to make your own momentum. It's going to feel awful at first. It's going to feel really hard. But once you start rolling, it gets easier and easier.
I think that if you don't at least think anything is possible, you're never going to try anything. So no one really knows what we're all individually capable of unless we just try them. I think we have to prove those kinds of things to ourselves.
Do it yourself, get word, get people to notice you by, putting yourself out there, by emailing people, by, being friendly, getting to know people.
If you create an experience that's obscure, that's different, that's memorable, people are going to talk about it, and you're not going to have to spend much money on advertising because other people are doing it for you.
You can't even be on these paths anymore. You can't even claim to be different. It's like you got to get away from all that stuff. Get away from trend, or get away from things that you're going to think are going to be accepted on Dribble or whatever, and get out in the woods and really find out who you are. Find out what you're interested in. Find out what your passion is. Like, get out there and experiment.
It's all about experimentation and just trying to get an idea out of your head.
Try and think outside of the box. You have to figure out a way to separate yourself. If you're opening a restaurant, make those toilets different. Make that menu crazy. Bring in new products all the time. You need to give people something to talk about, and strange is good. Strange is important.
Doing things that are really, truly important to you make you a better designer, and it gives you inspiration on other projects. And for me, you really have to fight for what you believe in. I think that you were being hired for a reason, and that's important, and you need to stand up for what you believe. Like I said, you don't want to be asshole, but be kind and be honest. You're being hired for a reason, and your opinion and your thoughts and your ideas are valued, and you need to make sure that your name is attached to these projects, you know? And more than anything, you don't want to just be like a hired hand and yes sir, here's your drawing. You know, it's put some thought into it, and then when you're doing this, always remember to never let it get unfun. Again, back on that kind of the importance of play, the power of play, that what we're doing is fun.
You're learning from other people's mistakes.
So do what you love, be fearless, and be a renegade. Because people are going to be telling you guys what to do your entire life, whether it's, you know, a creative director or an employer or a teacher.
Just, if you have an idea, just see it through.
Weapons of Mass Creation Fest is the premier design conference and music festival in the Midwest. It's a grassroots event. Our goal is to inspire and enable the creative mind and leave the world a better place than we found it.
I am a weapon.
I am a weapon.
I am a weapon.
I am a weapon.
I am a weapon of mass creation.
WMC Fest 2012.
A weapon of mass creation is a torpedo that is filled with crayons. I'm just kidding. A weapon of mass creation, in my opinion, is someone who's fearless. Someone who will just go out and take those risks and just, you know, their drive would be solely based on their passion.
A weapon of mass creation is a lot of things. It's a combination of an artist, someone who's self-expressive and wears their heart on their sleeve and puts their passion out there, and an entrepreneur, someone who's not taking no for an answer, someone who pursues their own path in life and blazes their own trail, a force to be reckoned with.
What would your life be like without creativity?
Right. Oh yeah. I was saying, without creativity, my life would be a lot different in the sense that I would be holding a regular 9-to-5, you know, being a computer programmer, which is what I was before I decided to follow the creative path. So it'll be a lot different, man. I think I've been given a unique opportunity to create music and art and spread ideas that inspire people, and it all stems from creativity and having an outlet for that creativity. So creativity is of the utmost importance to me.
Being creative it's an excellent outlet for anybody. You know, some people choose
partying, some people choose drugs, some people can handle all of it, and that's cool too. But for me, it's a great way to channel your energy and your emotions through being creative. And sometimes there's an added bonus, and it inspires other people. You might have the added bonus of making a living off of it, or being able to support your friends and family, and that's cool too. But there's a lot of pros of being creative and utilizing that energy in a positive way.
The things that we're making are really what's changing the world, not in this in more of a lofty sense, but I think that without visual guidance and without art, we're lost, and we kind of lose a sense of hope sometimes when there's not something beautiful and tangible there. And by being people that create and do that tangible, hopeful work, that's the weapon, and that's the vehicle that is driving the world.
Creativity, it makes you do whatever you want. That's what creativity is, really, is the free will to just do something different and to do whatever you want to do to express yourself.
Yeah, like when you were a kid and you just picked up a crayon, you were drawing on a piece of paper, you had no idea any rules of art or what something should look like. You just drew it, for the fun of just doing it. I feel like that's creativity to me.
I know people that hear that and they're like, well, it's not that easy, and I feel like us creatives have something about us that is in our DNA, is this drive to be different, be better, be original, be out there, and just immerse yourself in stuff that's inspiring.
It's just someone, an individual that takes it upon themselves to do something new, creative, is inspired by others and the people that came before them, but let's just take what they've learned and do it a different way, and advance their creativity.
I think I am a weapon because I'm participating in that act of creation with other people and building those things that hopefully are changing the world in some small way.
The tool that you use to inspire, influence others, and to get your message across. Weapon to influence the masses.
Hello. I think we're back, everybody! Yeah, man. Fucking rap show. All right. Body moving. Body moving. Body moving.
Those key elements to being successful are making sure you're passionate about whatever you're doing it for the right reason, and being positive, no matter how many times you fail, just having a positive mental attitude. Complaining only gets you so far, and just going with your gut instinct and really just pushing yourself beyond your imagination.
I'd say create, whether or not you have a quote-unquote professional outlet. I would say create, artists create art, whether there's anybody to watch that or not. And the same thing goes for any field you're in. If you're waiting on somebody to watch or validate your creation, you're going to have a hard time, and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If you create because you are drawn and inspired to create, then you'll have more opportunities, and it'll be a lot natural. So I say, don't sit around and wait on people to validate your creation, or wait for an outlet or a paying opportunity. Create, and others will respond to that energy, and then soon you will have opportunities that pay you, give you exposure, whatever you want, girls, all the shit that people want, but create first.
Learning how to do it themselves, and just making connections and doing it, and like touring or whatever, building websites, whatever it is, like getting their own art out there.
So inspiration is one part of it, but you have to do the work. You have to put your nose to the grindstone and just do the work.
A desire to not stop what I'm in the middle of. It's hard. We're in such an age where so many people are doing things. So many people are doing the same things, good or bad. And I'm just a drop in the middle of this, but I'm not gonna stop. And I think that's what makes me a weapon.
The only time your creativity is restricted is if you're doing art to please others. If you're trying to please a certain crowd, that'll restrict what you can and can't do. So I prefer, to make art for myself, then there's no restrictions after that.
But it's because of just not being scared, pursuing the non-traditional and the traditional methods, and just obviously you got to market. You always got to market, and I got to tell myself that every day. It's like not that I'm defeating myself, but just to keep myself sharp. It's like I haven't made it. Just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
If you do something that you love and that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work, and you find yourself working nonstop and overtime, and even if you're not financially successful, you're mentally successful, and it affects every part of your life in a positive way, and you end up mastering your craft because you love what you do. And down the road, you might be able to start doing it for a living if you manage your time and money and emotions and energy the right way. But I think everyone should do more of what makes them happy, and signing out.